Hello, thank you for tuning in to another ICA Sports and Fitness Science podcast. I always try my hardest to say that name correctly. Everyone knows I struggle with it. But I'm Dr. Brant Hulsebus. I'm on the board of the ICA Sports and Fitness Science Council. And today we do different podcasts where we talk about different scientists, we talk to different chiropractors, we talk to different coaches, and sometimes we talk to players who have benefited from chiropractic. And I want to introduce you to my friend, Kate Dennis. Kate, you want to say hi and tell us where you are and what your sport is and how we know, a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Dennis. I am a senior at Ohio University. I play Division I basketball here. I guess now that I'm a senior, I am finished. So I played basketball at the Division I level for 4 years. Currently, I'm in Athens, Ohio, where I am attending school. Yeah, and Dr. Brant and I have known each other for many, many years. So I'm very happy to be on this episode with you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I think I first met you when you were just starting to play basketball. You can
Oh
get
my
back
gosh.
that far.
I know. I feel like I've known you my whole life. We sure go way back for sure.
So Kate's been a patient in my office for a long time and got to watch her grow up and I got to watch her achieve different levels of basketball, even watching her 1,000 point in high school basketball. And she's been adjusted for wellness and maintenance her whole life since she's been born. And chiropractic's been big in your family, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I believe that my grandmother's father attended chiropractic school in many, many years ago. So it has been in our family for forever. I have been going for as long as I can remember. Whenever something feels like it's off or something happens, it's always let's go see Dr. Brandt. And I I really owe it all to you and chiropractic for keeping me healthy all of these years. I Now that I have finished playing college basketball, I am so blessed to say that I never experienced a severe injury, and I really do owe that to chiropractic and going about it the way that we have all these years. So I'm very grateful. But yes, I have been going for as long as I remember, and I truly talk about it to everybody that I can. Whenever somebody mentions chiropractic, I always mention Dr. Brandt's name and try to put them in contact with you because truly nobody does it better. So,
Well, that was one of the fun things is when you went to Ohio, one of our challenges was trying to find you a chiropractor there that could continue your care. And that's a little bit
exactly.
of what this council does. We're hoping more chiropractors want to get involved in taking care of athletes, and we
Mhm.
build a database. So when people like you move
Mhm.
away and go to college, I can easily find you somebody to continue your care.
Yes.
And I got to watch you play several times. I saw you play at
Mhm.
Ball State and a couple other places. And
Mhm.
it's fun for us because you actually come really close to us most of the time, and
Mhm.
play in the town just south of us at Northern, which is kind of funny. But I got to see one of your games, and something happened to you during that game. You want to tell us what happened during that game?
Yeah, so like you had mentioned, we played at Northern a few months ago, and I was out on the court and I had a collision with this one girl and kind of, I don't know if it was like whiplash at my neck or we kind of collided neck and neck, and it immediately felt super off. I was nervous in the moment because I was like, oh my gosh, head injuries and neck stuff is nothing to be messed with. So got up, was feeling a little bit off, and I believe my grandma came over and was like, Brant, like, we need you to get down there to help Kate. And so I believe that they had said something to my coach and were like, listen, we need her to come over here see Dr. Brant. And you fixed me right up. I was feeling a little bit dizzy when after the hit and felt a little bit off and some pain and tension in my neck. But after you had adjusted me, I felt so much better and was able to play the rest of that game. And so I was super grateful for that because who knows if that was anywhere else, what it could have been. I could have had to sit out maybe that game and wait till I got to see a chiropractor in Athens. So super grateful that that was the case for that. But you're able to fix me right up very quickly. So
Well, what's funny about that is your grandmother didn't come over and ask me. Your grandmother
yeah,
came over and told me
directed you.
that I had to
Yeah.
be, yeah, get up and get over there and get her adjusted. And it was funny because your grandmother's dad was a
Mhm.
chiropractor,
Mhm.
and his parents were chiropractors,
Yes.
and their mother graduated chiropractic school in like 1926. We did all that
Yes.
research. And
Yes.
your grandmother's always been important that you get adjusted your entire life. And she came right over to me. She's like, I bet that girl that hit Kate didn't know that her chiropractor was sitting here and that her
Right?
grandpa was a chiropractor. And I just remember
Yes.
saying, yes, Mrs. Dennis, I'm sure that girl had no idea that I was sitting here.
No, she definitely did. But yes, I know, like, whenever I talk about it with my dad, he always can give me like the exact dates and rundown of my great grandmother and her great whatever went to chiropractic school. And so he knows all the specifics. And like you had mentioned, he's definitely talked about it with you before. So I can just envision it going down that way. I mess up the words a little bit, but I know that she definitely did direct you to come down and help us. So I'm very appreciative of it.
And one of the things we ran into that game, now, first of all, for those of you listening, this happened in my home state where I'm licensed. So there was no laws broken, nothing like that. But
Correct.
initially, your trainer was seemed a little apprehensive about me coming over. And I
Yeah.
understand a little bit because your father ran right over to her and said, "Hey, our chiropractor's here to take care of her. Don't worry, no more forever." And your dad, one word I would never use to describe your father is shy. He was very blunt and said, "This is what's going to happen." So,
Yeah.
but I remember you got up and you came over there, and this is we get a lot of chiropractors when the trainers don't really know what to understand what we're doing. Is she was really watching you to make sure I wasn't going to do nothing that could injure you. And but I remember the most is after I got your neck adjusted, you got up and you were sitting there and you were kind of like a little dizzy, trying to catch your breath. And she thought I did something to maybe injure you. And I just said, no, she's out of breath. She's just been
Yes.
running up and down the court.
Right?
And I just
Yeah.
remember you pointing at me, what he said.
Yes. Listen to
So,
him. Yes. No, it was
and you,
like you said, she was definitely a little bit whatever. And I'm just, I've been with him forever. He knows what he's talking about, I promise.
and now your father, when he was in the office too, he likes to bring up the fact that you had some of your best numbers of your career that same game
Absolutely.
when I was
Yes.
able to be there and see you. So
I know.
he's never shy to brag about that.
I know, maybe we'll give that credit to you. That's why I had the best game
So,
ever. Right.
but so as an NCAA Division One player, when you traveled city to city, I got to
Mhm.
imagine it was far and few in between where you had access to a chiropractor unless you're on your own to find them. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, so that's why we're trying to hope build up this council and this committee that we're working on. So you
Mhm.
can just go to our website, you can find someone that's already been pre-approved or pre-educated by our council. Then you don't
Mhm.
have to go through the struggle of, hey, can you find me somebody in Cincinnati real quick? Because
Mhm.
it's never really quick.
Right.
So you can
Yeah,
imagine
I
that would be a
remember.
great tool for not only you but your trainer, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I remember coming here. I could very well be telling this story incorrectly, so please interrupt me if I'm not saying the right thing. But when I got here, I do remember wanting to look for a chiropractor immediately because it's just been my lifestyle forever in doing so. So I remember that we had maybe a few in the area that we were looking at, and you were able to help us and decide kind of who would have similar techniques or their similar styles to how you go about chiropractic. And so that was incredibly beneficial for you to help kind of navigate that and make sure that I was in good hands. But yeah, definitely it's not the easiest to find a chiropractor, especially one that you really trust. Because like I said, I know that there's different techniques nowadays, and I just wanted to be in good hands with somebody. So I was very happy that you were able to help navigate that. But I do remember it being a little bit challenging in the beginning, just trying to figure out who would be best for me, who would be the most comfortable. Because, like I had said before, I've gone to you my whole life, so I didn't know any different. I wanted to make sure that I was just in good hands. So it was a challenge. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. It sounds awesome.
Well, it's been a lot of fun watching you since watching you play at the church where you got to come watch my daughters play
Oh my
and
gosh.
in the church gymnasium, and then watching you finish your college career. So, what I'm going to do here at the end, because you're pursuing a career in sports management, correct?
Mhm, correct.
So I'm going to put your Instagram and your handles on this podcast, so if anybody wants to follow up with you, they can. And then I'm also going to I always give my guests the final word. So, do you have any final words you'd like to share with us?
Oh man. Really, my final words, I guess, are that chiropractic has changed my life. Like I had mentioned earlier, I completely owe it to you and the holistic health way of things, how healthy I have been my entire career. I've been with a lot of teammates, with girls coming in and out every season. I've been on so many teams throughout high school, middle school, even in the Pee Wee leagues. I have been just so much healthier than everybody else that I've been around. When there have been small things like an ankle twist or whatever, I believe that we've gone about it in the complete right way. And I have been able to heal from it so much faster, with your care and with the care of a chiropractor. And I am just so grateful that now transitioning into adult life and what this new retired life is, I don't have to deal with any of the recoveries from an injury or, people that have torn their ACL trying to, move your body and it's getting stiff now that I'm not working out as much. So I am just so grateful that I was able to get through and not have any serious injuries. And like I would just love to reiterate over and over and over again that I owe that so much to you and your care and the care of chiropractors. So I'm so grateful and I really love what you're doing. I hope that this helps somebody in, my shoes or an athlete in the future, whatever that is. I hope that it helps somebody.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. And we're going to wrap this up. And tell me if you like what you hear, make sure you like and subscribe and catch more later. I'll have Kate's handles, I think they're called, on the end of this. So you can follow up with
Mhm.
her if you have any questions for her. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.